Hello, Namaskar. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all my viewers from Middle East, Europe, America, and of course India. आज मैं ज़रा पहले हिंदी में आप सब लोगों का इस्तकबाल करते हुए ये शुरू करना चाहूँगा कि सबसे पहले तो ओम साई राम कि मेरी एक ऑडियंस हैं जो कि मिडल ईस्ट में रहती हैं, एक मोहतरमा हैं, बहुत ही सीनियर हैं, जिन्होंने शम्मी कपूर के एपिसोड 7 को देखा और शी वाज वेरी इम्प्रेस्ड एंड शी वाज वेरी मच इंटरेस्टेड इन knowing about all the people, all the cinemas of 60s and 70s and all this golden era, that's why we call it dashing golden diaries. तो मेरे चैनल के ज़रिए काफ़ी मुतासिर होते हुए पॉजिटिवली वो कह रही थी कि मुझे आप इसी एपिसोड को और कई सारे एपिसोड्स को आप इंग्लिश में पेश करो मेरे सामने, अंग्रेज़ी भाषा में। तो मैंने कहा चलिए अंग्रेज़ी ज़बान में मैं कोशिश करता हूँ इसको पेश करने के लिए और ज़रूर करूँगा, और आगे चल के मैं सारे एपिसोड्स in English I will present. So this episode is dedicated to my audience of entire Middle East countries, and not necessarily Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah. It is also Qatar, also the Saudi, and also Oman and all these things. Oman, very important country. So all the audience of Oman, Muscat or Oman, and Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Saudi, Riyadh, everywhere people watching globally this YouTube platform, and I'm sure they must be watching, and they are watching me, and I'm sure they are going to be benefited and being entertained from this YouTube channel, and they are also giving this their token of love through this comment, and so many comments are about to come, and as a love and affection from the Middle East audience. So basically in episode 7 what I discussed was his the episode name was Mumtaz Helen love story, Shammi Kapoor. So what exactly happened when Jungli became a super hit and he came towards Dil De Ke Dekho, from Dil De Ke Dekho to towards Jungli, and Tum Sa Nahi Dekha was a big hit. So he got success which he was not getting in fact. So basically his wife Geeta Bali, Shammi Kapoor's wife Geeta Bali, insisted, rather she motivated himself that no, you stay back in the film industry, you will get success, and you are a talent, you have a lot of talent in you, especially the musical part of it, and you have good directors like Nasir Hussain and Shakti Samanta, and they will see that you are also getting good roles, and I'm sure you are going to shine. So Geeta Baliji, who was not that educated in those days, look, as a wife and as a co-partner of life, as a life partner and also a partner, on-screen partner, she always motivated Shammi Kapoor Sahab and Shammi Kapoor ji, and Shammi ji also jumped into the opportunities and did himself, and also his wife helped him out in modeling himself and in getting into different dance steps and all this. The dancing style came. So like that things were moving. But in 1965, in that episode also I discussed that there was a very sad thing that Geeta Baliji died in a chicken pox. In those days a special kind of virus was coming, and today we have corona, but in those days it was similar to that, and she died. His son Aditya and Kanchan, his daughter, they were small kids, so he was worried about their how to bring up their his children and all this. So he kept them in boarding school. He was alone, he was lonely. He was then searching for his another life partner, so he was trying to woo girls basically, let me tell you. So with due respect I must say that he was trying to plead Mumtaz ji in those days to marry, but that was not successful. And also he was trying to plead propose literally Helen ji, the great Helen ji. With due respect, no need to criticize anything else, but that was part of life. It happens with anybody else. Even it can happen with me, it has happened with me, it happens with anybody else. because it is life, and in this profession this is very obvious. And one artist can become emotional in his life, all her life, and sometimes one is lonely then to come out of it. If he or she proposes somebody else and he becomes successful, then it's fine. If it doesn't become successful, never mind, just move on, because no means next opportunity. So that was the positivity and optimism. But Shammi ji was really depressed after 65, after the success of this professor, Janwar, and an Evening in Paris, Kashmir Ki Kali, and all those films were great success and in box office commercially successful movies. But despite all those, he was depressed a little bit because of Geeta Baliji. Yeah, she died. But he was going. But just after his death, all the ceremony was over, and he was trying to come out of all those things. So then this film Teesri Manzil was offered. It was being shot by the time. It was actually initially given to again Dev Sahab, the great Devanand Sahab, but he denied for some reason that I discussed in some other episode, but that will also be going to be narrated to you people, especially for my Middle East audience in English, for the Arabic people and for the European people also. And let me tell you what exactly happened is that Goldie Anand, the brother of Devanand, directed that movie, and they introduced R.D. Burman in that film. What I discussed, ladies and gentlemen, friends, R.D. Burman, the great R.D. Burman, who later on became R.D. Burman, but actually the credit goes to Shammi ji, because Shammi ji sat on the music floor to see that the music was nicely arranged and every song was nicely composed. And R.D. Burman used to, they used to sit together along with Nasir Hussain. You can search Google Nasir Hussain, then director. They sat together and they were discussing about the music with a pack of whiskey in Bandra Linking Road in their house. But what exactly happened is that, in fact, by that time, when R.D. Burman sang a song with the tune, he changed. आजा आजा मैं हूँ प्यार तेरा, अल्लाह वल्लाह इनकार तेरा हो आजा आजा आ. So like this, all these things he changed, in fact. And then the dance with Asha Parekh ji and the girl called Helen, it was beautiful. But his influence in the music was great, and it was extraordinary. And because he had a love and affection towards he had a fascination towards Western music. Shammi Kapoor, the family himself, Shammi Kapoor, Raj Kapoor, everybody studied music, and he was musical minded from his mind, and he was doing good. In fact, the reason behind that was because he learned classical music in his family, his father, his mother, everybody. Actually, all these things came from his mother. In fact, people say that his father was not that musical minded, but his mother was like that. Yeah. So Shammi Kapoor, the great musical minded hero, became a dancing hero, singing hero. Singing means playback singing, and musical minded, and also a great comical actor in the film called Teesri Manzil. Yes. But Geeta Baliji was no more by that time. But after that, I explained, he married again. So the moral of the story is never give up in life. Despite all these problems, there was one thing which was the driving force in Shammi Kapoor's life, was optimism. Optimism. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, who are watching from Middle East, the Arabic gentleman, the kind lady who commented also, let me tell you, always be brave in life, never give up in life, because the energy that you need is actually the energy from optimism. That's all in your mind, in your heart, and that optimism is nothing but the positive energy which we get by the amount of religious practice we do, whatever, Almighty Allah, Jesus Christ, or Ramji, so Hindu God. So when we believe in God, in Lord, So God gives us positive energy, and we believe in ourselves, because ourselves is nothing but the God actually. So, and we do hard work and just keep going, keep going, keep going, then ultimately the sad will end and the good things will come. So that's the nature of life, that's the law of life, and that's the thing that is we call, that's the thing we call as positive energy, positivity. So Shammi ji was full of life, Shammi ji was full of positivity, Shammi Kapoor was full of optimism, and he was always going on and on and on. And after that, I explained in that episode that he gained fat. So that's why, despite doing lot of lead roles in Jane and 71 Andaz, after that he started doing the character roles, and he also produced a movie. So I will explain all those things in next episodes, and in Hindi, of course, Hindi and Urdu in our language, but also for the Pakistani audience, and also for the Middle East audience especially, and for the European and American audience. I will try to tell the whole story in English also. All my episodes will also be done in English, and based on the request of that kind lady, my audience, my public, who inspired me, who helped me out, helped me out with positivity, with positive energy, and just inspiring me to speak in English also. I'm really thankful for this token of love from my audience from Middle East. I'm really very happy that people are loving this channel, and I'm sure this YouTube channel, Dashing Golden Diaries, this global platform, thanks to YouTube first of all, YouTube America first of all, for providing this beautiful platform to contact people, to have an access towards the audience globally. So really means, I'm telling you, let me come to the point. I'm sure that this channel, this YouTube channel, Dashing Golden Diaries, is going to do wonders. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do wonders. I just need your teamwork, your support from Middle East and Europe. Thank you so much. Till then, goodbye. And very shortly, by the grace of God, we are going to meet in our next episode, and whatever we narrated, by the grace of God. So thank God, and Om Sai Ram. Also, we are meeting shortly in the next episode, of course in English and also in Hindi and Urdu. Thank you so much. And also, whatever we are doing, we are saying this optimism is being drawn. We are drawing this optimism from the life of great soul, the great soul, Shammi Kapoor.